using CDK for Terraform over vanilla Terraform. I guess a good way of also reframing this is, how do you sell CDK to a person already sold on Terraform as a language? Also, are there any anti-patterns that can be avoided by someone just starting out with the CDK?
So I think with the CDK for Terraform, I've used it for a couple of use cases. I'm very much sold on vanilla Terraform. That's just my personal workflow, with creating demos and other things like that. I've transitioned from working at Disney, where something might need to be supported for a 5 to 10 years, kind of to something that I'd like to keep updated, every couple of months, things like that. So in that specific context, I really like vanilla Terraform, and have started to look at CDK for a couple different things, with my own setup and just things I want to test. I'd say the CDK for Terraform is interesting because it does meet you where you're at. If you're someone that really enjoys using your, whether it be Python or TypeScript, or as of this latest release, Go, support is in beta. So really, if that's your language, absolutely recommend check it out, because it is pretty cool. I think that's really the benefit, is that if it fits your workflow, and I know it's a it depends answer, which is, as technologists, our favorite answer to give, but also the least fun one to receive. It's like, great, I don't, I'd like a little bit more of an opinion, please, in some cases. I think it really just meets you where you're at. If that is your workflow, if it's your workflow to work within vanilla Terraform, by all means, that, if that makes sense for you and your team, that's absolutely what you should be doing. If you're looking for some ways in which it might differ, it is interesting, because you can kind of package that into a specific a type of workflow that you might have, or an operator or something like that. Depending on how the infrastructure is set up at your organization or with your team. There are other things too, like the Terraform operator for Kubernetes, which links with Terraform Cloud and can, spin things up within the Kubernetes context. So that's one thing I really like about HashiCorp, is that no matter how you perform your workloads and your workflows, we try to meet you where you're at. And so if there is anything that you...
Anybody combined those two yet? CDK for TF with the Terraform operator for Kubernetes?
I haven't yet. That's one thing I've actually got to take a look at that, because that'd be fun. It's it's like having all the infinity stones of infrastructure together.
With Waypoint, I want to see that. I think, first of all, CDK for TF sounded a lot more awesome if it had come out pre 0.12 of HCL, of HCL2, when HCL was a lot more static and less flexible. I would say a frequent argument is that, hey, we know Python, that's why we want to use Python for Terraform. And conceptually, in principle, this is beautiful. But in reality, you're not going to find all your examples in Python for everything you want to do. You're going to be niching it down to a small set of users who want to use this pattern that you're going for, and you're setting yourself up for a world of hurt, because it's not going to be as well tested as all these other examples. You're basically working in something that's going to be transcompiled to something else and then executed. So when you're debugging something, you're debugging it at more layers. And also, one of the arguments for using a proper language is using a debugger. And that debugger, I guess it's going to work, but it's not going to help you debug your problems in your Terraform code. So it's going to help you debug the transcompilation to Terraform, but that's probably not where your problem is to get in the get-go. So I think it's arguing it on like this purist point of view, and companies that are saying, hey, we're a Python shop, we only do Python. I think it's a limiting belief, and that use the best tool for the job.
Absolutely agree. I think it's that strong opinions, loosely held kind of mentality I find is best. And if it is the best tool for the job and suits your workflow, absolutely, you should absolutely try it.